Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of GeekStorm. I'm Sean Hilton, owner of Comics Cube, founder of the Kokomo Con, and a couple other things that don't really matter. Today I'm joined by my good friend Michael Allen Harrison, and today we're going to fill you up on all the news in geek. Mike,
what?
Nathan Fillion has just put out some cryptic type stuff.
I hope he doesn't say,
Nathan Fillion,
I want to play this
the star of Firefly, the star of Slither,
Castle,
the star of Castle, and 5 other things, probably.
Sure.
But mostly known for Firefly and for Castle. So he's released a picture of the rapper hip-hop artist known as Drake.
Okay.
And then he has put out a very short Latin phrase, which is also happens
Carpe
to be
diem. That's awful nice.
That he didn't actually say that.
What did he say?
He put out, I don't remember exactly the wording, but it is the
Carpe Noctem.
the slogan for Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series.
Oh.
And then put up a thing that says more news coming Monday, I believe this Monday coming up.
Right.
So it didn't come across as a, hey, I really want this role.
Right, but he
more
wants
like
to play
a thing. But then
Hacksaw
again,
Jim Duggan.
he just said
No?
with that, exactly, we all know what character that is. So
Drake, right. He's going to do the Drake's life story. Which is it a biopic, or do you think maybe that it's something that is, more... remember the Hollywood? Remember the thing on
Whitewashing is what it is.
yeah, I'm going to say.
Mike just walked off set, but he's on the other side of the set.
And Andy just stole my entire thing I was about to do right
Oh,
on.
dang it! That sucks.
Really can't.
Good job.
Yeah. So, Naughty Dog's billion-dollar franchise, Uncharted, stars a character named Nathan Drake.
How many Uncharted games are there?
There are 5 Nathan Drake Uncharted games.
Okay.
There's a 1 through 4, then a PSP game, and now there's a spin-off one featuring some different characters. They still use Uncharted in the logo, but it didn't star the main characters. It had some sub-characters. So I believe, and I could be wrong about this, 6. There's been a book.
A lot.
Some other stuff.
They made some money.
But, so yeah, I mean, this is a video game that makes more money than major blockbusters at the theater makes now. So it's a huge property. It's a big game for them. It's one of their biggest of all time. And there's been talk a long time of who is going to play in this movie.
Right.
Uncharted is basically a modern-day Indiana Jones thing with a likable rogue-like character who's got a heart of gold kind of a situation. And there's been rumors previously of Mark Wahlberg being possibly cast. That didn't go through. Heavy rumors of Tom Holland being a young Nathan Drake, and that was actually still out there. I did some stuff this morning, looked around, and his name is still associated with it.
Right.
But physically, Nathan Fillion looks like Nathan Drake.
Do you think he'll drop the weight
He has to
do those kind of parts? Because Castle, he was really kind of putting it on a little bit.
He
was wearing a lot of high collar.
I didn't watch the last couple seasons of Castle. I probably only watched the first 2, maybe 2.5. But it's one of those situations. This is a franchise situation.
Right.
This isn't a one and done. If he is signed to do this, he's going to be signed to do 3 films with over $100 million budgets.
And I'm not saying that just because the character is thin. He's athletic. He's jumping off things.
He is Indiana Jones meets Lara Croft. So yes, it's all shimmy. It's
a lot of shimmy.
It's a cover.
If he's gonna shimmy, he needs to drop a little bit.
It's a cover-saving shooter action role-playing puzzle game.
Unless they go the way of Kung Fu Panda, he was a really big fella, but he can still.
No, Nathan Fillion's going to have to lose weight if this is legit.
Okay.
And he's going to be this character. He's got to get in the gym. He doesn't have to rock up, but he has got to lose the weight.
Right.
He's got to put on some muscle. He has to be able to wear a tight T-shirt and do the whole tuck your T-shirt into your jeans with the belt buckle showing thing. That's a Nathan Drake signature.
Sure.
So very excited. I love the franchise. I'm a huge fan of that franchise.
And Fillion.
I really enjoy Nathan Fillion. I think he's got a great charisma.
I follow him on the Twitter. I'm not a huge Twitter guy.
Just
Recently, the last 6 months, so I've started to follow 6 or 7 people. He's one of them. He's awesome. He'll be out in the he'll be out wandering the land. He'll take a picture like this and go, "Guess where I am? I left something here for you," and then he'll leave. And so followers will have to try to find out where he was, period, and then find the thing that he left.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it's very cool. Also related to the game, and Sean's hopeful thoughts. Besides the fact that now maybe Nathan Fillion and maybe there'll be some forward progress on this movie, he has a mentor character who's an older guy.
Sam Elliott?
No, Sam Elliott was not the role for this. This guy is much more smart alecky. Bruce Campbell.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Bruce Campbell would be
I like
really
seeing him
good.
working anything. He's awesome.
almost Sam Axe
Yeah.
from that, except aged up, maybe just really, honestly, probably at Bruce Campbell's actual age right now.
Ash vs. Evil Dead is over now.
Yes, I heard that did not get picked up, and with that, Bruce Campbell has come out and said he is retired from playing Ash.
Probably should.
So
I mean, he did a really great job being the older Ash, and this went like three seasons, four
three
seasons.
seasons on
I've only-
Showtime or Cinemax, something like that. I think.
One of those, maybe Stars.
Stars,
Yeah.
okay.
I saw the first 2 seasons and I liked it. But
So we got what 3? We got Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, 3 seasons of this. That seems like a good run for a almost basically a student movie that got a little bit of a budget and got remade into a motion picture. So very exciting. Love that franchise as well.
sure.
So Deadites. Oh, who doesn't love a good Deadite, really? So super exciting stuff.
That's good. I like Nathan Fillion.
Hopefully things move on for him.
In the same way that you've never seen Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
my friend Matt Hoffman has never seen Firefly.
Really?
He doesn't like Whedon-esque with the Whedon verse. He doesn't like it. I find that ridiculous.
He's uninvited. Pick an event.
An event?
Pick any event.
Okay, Kokomocon.
Uninvited.
Oh
He
no!
doesn't get to come now. I'll have pictures of him. They'll be posted.
No, they have a wanted sign.
Yeah, like no.
Do not enter.
No,
You're on the list. You're gonna have a
until
guy.
we can answer some
you have a guy
trivia
doing this?
questions.
No, sorry.
No, not you.
Hoffman. Sorry.
Out of here. Is he still like the leader of the 501st in this area? or
No.
something?
He retired as the CO
Oh, so who's the CEO now?
of Rebel. Ian.
I don't know who Ian is.
Ian's a good guy.
Probably not as good as Matt.
Ian's a great guy. He might. Matt was instrumental.
Yeah,
Instrumental.
but he's still uninvited, regardless. So uninvited. Matt Hoffman, uninvited, until he corrects some of his poor life choices.
All right.
So, what else has been going on today, man? What?
Oh boy.
How's your geekdom working out for
Oh
you?
great. Just great.
I heard you're kind of a free man today.
I am. We're gonna go see a movie.
Congratulations.
2:00.
Well, we'll see about that.
No, we're gonna go
but,
see a movie.
You know,
Because you can't get too far behind.
yeah,
You,
I'm- I
you
am-
named
I
off
am
several
s-
things.
I am so far behind right
You
now.
named off several things
I am
that.
very far behind. I'm behind on my movie watching. I'm behind on my comic book reading.
Oh.
This week,
That's tough.
This week,
That is tough.
Superman #1 and Amazing Spider-Man #1 both dropped. The two biggest iconic characters for both of their companies. By far the flagship titles for Marvel and DC, even though maybe Batman's or Superman's thrown a little bit. But regardless, classically, these are the two
Right.
powerhouses of each of their publishers. And I didn't get a chance to read those books yet.
Oh.
Yeah,
Did you
it's
save
crazy.
yourself one?
Oh, of course I did.
Of course you did.
So I'm excited about that. I did catch up on another book I like.
What is it?
There's a book called Highest House from IDW. Turns out it's supposed to be a 6-issue miniseries.
Okay.
Just got to issue 5. I love this book, Mike.
Really?
This
Highest
is-
House?
Highest House. This is one of those comics
Brief synopsis.
where it is low fantasy with a mid-range magic overtone to it, following the everyday life of a slave who has a child slave who has some abilities given to him by one of these lower magic kind of a things.
Now, does this
And-
take place in
Like a
our
fantasy
reality?
realm.
Okay, so it's not like 1950.
No. This is
1930.
definitely its own place, own world.
Okay.
Follows a lot of the tropes that you see so popular with houses and guilds and that sort of thing.
Okay.
And so this follows one particular house, the highest house, and their slaves.
I see.
And how things are working out. So it's oversized. I mean, it's like magazine sized. Just absolutely beautiful. This is what really good comics can be when they strive to be better than the average. And I really think that this is one of those books where I'm not only happy that I'm reading it and I'm excited. This is the kind of thing that makes me happy to own a store where I can go, this is the kind of thing. Now, not everybody's going to dig it. I get that.
Right.
But I think this evolves comics into a form that I think is higher than what it usually reaches.
Is it like once one issue has come out so far?
5 out of the 6 are out now.
Oh,
So
okay.
we should be
Been
like
around a while.
finishing it up in about a month and then get a trade after that.
Is this something you see like that could be a TV or movie property?
Absolutely. It could be. I hope it could be, but it's also one of those things where, you know what? We always want that to happen, but then you're never satisfied with it
Yeah,
as a fan.
sometimes,
It's
yeah.
very tough.
Yeah.
There's only a couple of franchises that have pulled that off, but I've absolutely loved it. Can't say enough about it, so highly check it out. IDW's Highest House. If you don't get it from me, that's fine. Get it from somebody. Check it out. Go to a comic store. Find it digitally if you can. Steal it, whatever. Do what you got to do, but read this book.
Cool.
So
Do you?
have the time. No.
No. Toot. No. Let's talk a little, just real quick casting news.
I love casting.
Quick casting news.
What'd you get cast in?
I would love to be cast in something. I would love
You're
cast
casting a lot of things in my mind.
As a fishing pole, I bet I am. Billy D's going to be in.
Billy D.
Not that Billy D. Episode 9. You know, so we're gonna.
That's me moonwalking.
Oh my gosh. What do you think of that?
Is it official? Is it real? Has he
Yes.
come out and said it? Has agents come out and said it? Has producers of
Yes.
Star Wars actually said it?
Yes.
I'm excited about that, but I think in a lot of us we were expecting him in the last movie.
Right.
This whole we're going to go find this smuggler, this agent, this blah blah blah, and then we get this throwaway character that didn't add any depth or anything. He was one of my sore points in that particular movie. What's his face?
I think he was originally, when they first started kicking the script around, was going to be, and then when they realized they needed that character to turn heel on them, they didn't want that to be Billy D. Williams.
Again?
Yeah. Yeah, right. Exactly.
No.
Hey, he had to do it. He didn't have a choice.
So he got a lot of love in the Han movie, which people seem to be down on, but he is a character in that movie that is great. So I think that might have helped a little bit.
You say people seem to be down on.
They seem to be down on it.
Okay,
Yeah,
I really don't think, and this is my personal opinion, okay, and it's just not that many people. Not that many people disliked Han Solo.
Okay,
a lot of people on Facebook disliked it.
That's absolutely fine, and you might be right. But unfortunately, the people that dislike it are the squeakiest of wheels. They have the biggest microphones and
it's
the biggest podiums.
And
they
said,
are making it an agenda.
I said something this week on Facebook that I really thought about it for a long time. It's Facebook. Facebook itself is killing this fandom. And I mean across genres, because never before in our history has anything like clickbait ever existed, in which right now, in these 3 seconds, I can go and check on something that is an inflammatory headline, and somebody else gets paid for that right now. Now, that's happened in magazines and newspapers for years and years, but that's nothing like hey, I've got 20 seconds to kill. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to look at that, and it says to do that. Oh, that sucks, and then you're done. I have to go out and buy a magazine. I have to go out and buy a newspaper, and it's not that quick of a reaction. Where all of a sudden you've got guys in a room going, okay, we need to come up. Okay, there's a new Star Wars movie coming out. Let's come up with. I want a list of 5 headlines from each of you that will get people to click on those headlines. True or not, I don't care. They can, as long as there's a smidge of truth in it, you can click on it. And I think that is driving. It's going to drive stars.
Wedges.
Yeah, it's going to drive stars away from taking roles, and it's going to drive directors away from taking roles. And I think it's just. If I was able to cuss on this show, I would do it right now. We can throw a beep in there anyway. Just so, there you go. That was a.
What I find interesting here is this is one thing where you're showing your age a little bit, because you've said it was Facebook.
Yes,
And
Facebook.
the truth is that's not true. It's social media.
Well,
It's YouTube. See, we're older, so we use the Facebook.
it's the Facebook.
But once you get younger, they're not using the Facebook.
Yeah, they
For
do.
them, no.
Who doesn't use the Facebook?
Most young kids will make fun of you for using Facebook. Trust me, I found out.
I would punch that kid.
I hired young kids.
I would punch a child in the face.
It's mostly Instagram.
I would never
It's a
punch
lot
a
of
child.
tweeting and Twitter, and it's a lot of YouTube. And you know for a fact it's YouTube because you've got a young person in your house who lives on YouTube.
You're right.
That's where they're getting it from, and that vial is on those platforms just as much.
It is, but the young kids that are pre-Facebook
Yes.
are not the ones that are saying, I really hated Han Solo.
Yes, but they are being unduly affected by this negative criticism before they go see a movie. When you and me were young, and we just saw those previews, like, oh man, that looks cool. That was it. Nobody got to affect us. Maybe the cool kid on the playground, maybe he got to say something.
Right.
One guy. Now he goes on YouTube, your son, and he looks at how many videos that are competing saying Soylo or some other version making fun of or so low, LOW, things like that.
Let's agree to disagree, but I'm right.
You are incredibly...
Jeremy Renner and
Incorrect.
Jamie Foxx on Spawn. What do you think about Jeremy Renner as? I don't know if he's going to be Sam or Twitch, but I'm sure one of them.
They've come out and said he is going to be the skinnier dude, I believe.
Twitch, I would assume.
I think it's Twitch. Renner falls in a weird place for me because he is that ghost that has come on to 2 different franchises to take over and has been kicked out of those franchises. You had him in Mission Impossible set up to take over the Ethan Hunt role. Didn't work out for him. You had him come in to the Matt Damon role in the Bourne Supremacy movies, and got to make one movie and got kicked out of that franchise. Both of those were very obvious ploys to insert him to become the new leading man.
I don't know Mission
and to
Impossible.
not
He was a pretty
take
minor
over.
character in that Mission Impossible.
He was meant to take over for Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
In like the second movie?
Yeah. If you notice, like he comes on pretty strong in that first one and then disappears by the second one. And if he's even in this next one, I'll be surprised. But regardless, he's an interesting actor, but he's got resting actor bitch face.
I don't know what that means.
So he just has a look about him that just looks like he is constantly annoyed and unhappy with the world.
Do you know who JB Smoove is?
I don't know who
This
JB
guy right here? I'm sure you recognize him.
Oh yeah.
Okay, throw that up there.
I
Here, I'm gonna do
enjoy
this.
him.
There it is. He's right there. Cast in an unnamed role in Spider-Man: Homecoming, or not Homecoming, Far From Home. Far From Home. And the rumor is he'll be a J. Jonah Jameson. What do you think of that?
I think they've already had the best J. Jonah Jameson they're ever going to
You're right, but can this guy do it?
have. You could do it.
Oh, come on.
I could do it.
Come on, don't be mad because I
But-
cut up for Jeremy Renner.
You know.
I was done hearing it.
I
you?
believe that I'm sure that this gentleman can be a fine J. Jonah Jameson.
Uh-huh.
It has nothing to do with him. You just had an Academy-nominated, I think Academy Award-winning actor
Mm-hmm.
pull off, who's a great character actor, and is a yellow M&M, and he can do no wrong. So those are some big shoes to fill.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you
And I think
know.
that's why they haven't even tried to tackle it yet. I think they just don't want to. They don't want to mess with it. But
I think with this one you'll see a more comedic. I mean, the other guy was comedic, but with this one I think you'll see a more like traditional comedic kind of version of
maybe
it.
this one takes place in, I guess, a lot in Europe. He's on a trip. He's on a
Oh, he's going on a
foreign
trip.
exchange type of thing. Yeah.
So why is J. Jonah Jameson going to deal with
I
him?
don't. I'm not saying he is J. Jones. I'm saying
Oh,
that's
that's
the
the rumor?
rumor. I don't
I
know.
can see
I don't
that.
know who he is.
Interesting.
He's JB Smoove.
J.B.
hard to-
Smooth.
it's hard
I
to
wish
say.
him the best of luck.
That's hard to say.
So.
What do you think about,
Big shoes to fill though?
What do you think about this Joaquin Phoenix Joker thing that finally got officially yes, we are making this.
Mu-
Yes, it's a thing.
Much like Jeremy Renner, Joaquin Phoenix has a weird thing. I think Joaquin Phoenix is actually a really fine, talented actor, but he tends to take roles that are just odd or a little bit different. He comes across himself as a little bit odd.
He is.
And a little bit different. It's a weird situation. You have DC needing to divest themselves from one single storyline of set of movies because it hasn't worked for them like the Marvel movies have,
Right.
where they're all interconnected. But on the other hand, you're going to go from Jared Leto to Joaquin Phoenix. It's going to be so completely different. Are fans willing to accept it?
I think, and I have a lot more faith in the guy walking down the street than, let's say, a lot of geeks do. A lot of people think, well, the people aren't going to get this, or people aren't going to understand why. How can you have this continuity? And I didn't see the last movie, so can I watch? I think people are smarter than that. But this is like a huge break from. I mean, just a year and a half ago, you had Jared Leto, and they're still he's still
going
wants-
to be in
yeah.
another movie.
Yeah. So to throw this out there, I just unless they come up with a new imprint like an Elseworlds or something like that, or a Vertigo, I don't understand how they're going to get a lot of success. If it costs $50 million to make, this is the reported budget, it'll make 80 in its
50 million?
Yeah.
That seems like a really light budget for
Yes.
a Joaquin Phoenix
Yes.
big budget.
But it's
Joker
not supposed
movie.
to be big. It's not supposed to be big budget. It's supposed to be very small, dark.
Yeah. So you-
origin story, which I don't think we need. We don't need a Joker origin story.
No, that ruins stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it's a fake version like they've done before. But my take on this is that you have faith in humanity. I brushed my teeth this morning, and there's a direction label on that bottle of toothpaste.
Right.
So my faith in humanity is a little less than yours.
Speaking of one more of
Less
these.
of humanity?
One more of these.
Well, I got plenty.
Mark Wahlberg.
All
Now wait. Now I'm going to say two words. I'm going to say two words that might change your mind.
right, let's hear it.
Okay. Mark
Live
Wahlberg.
Execution.
Retirement party?
No.
Retirement
He
party.
is an American treasure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Every time there's a national tragedy, he makes a movie about it. He saves the world every time.
It's his finest hour.
Mark Wahlberg has taking a picture or whatever. They showed a picture of him with some other people that have been in DC movies, and like how the cryptic things are with your Nathan Drake
thing.
So
wasn't so cryptic on that one.
It's
More than 2 words.
I'm gonna say 2 words though. They're gonna change your mind.
It's like a paragraph.
Then just say those 2 words.
Yeah,
Okay.
please.
Guy Gardner.
I mean, yeah, Guy Gardner's an asshole. So
You did it again. He would make a great Guy Gardner.
He would.
Okay.
He absolutely would. He'd make a
Yes,
great Guy
I did
Gardner.
it.
Except
I did it, world.
it's still Mark Wahlberg.
So what? He's awesome.
Hey, listen, I got a lantern. I got a ring. That's all I need. I don't know. I'll tell you the best thing I've seen from him lately.
Hang on. What I was gonna say was he's rumored to be attached to maybe a
What was
Green
his
Lantern
cryptic
Corps.
thing to show that off with?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I just heard about it.
No.
It was a picture of him on behind him on the wall were pictures of other big stars that have been in DC movies.
Okay.
And
He would be a great Guy Gardner.
he would be a great Guy Gardner.
Because Guy Gardner's.
And we're going to get Green Lantern Corps. We're not going to get Green Lantern, okay?
Gotcha.
So you throw in him and you throw in whoever they pick for Jon Stewart. That's a great buddy cop thing.
Could be a great buddy cop thing.
What was the Will Ferrell Mark Wahlberg cop movie? Comedy.
I don't know. I stopped watching it once The Rock and
Sam Jackson
were gone.
Oh no, that's a very funny movie.
Once the 2 talented actors had left the building, I was done.
Movie. I remember Stepdads.
So,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But this is a cop movie,
some
and it was a
cop
very
movie.
very funny cop movie.
Yeah.
And there's an excellent scene that you should look up on YouTube immediately
About lions and
and
sharks
kelp
and
and seaweed. Okay, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So the best thing I've seen about Mark Wahlberg recently is it Andy Samberg or Adam Samberg? Guy from Saturday Night Live does the
Saturday Night Live.
Sure,
oh, are they? No. Who does the music?
that guy.
Who's in the
Andy Samberg.
Andy Samberg?
Brooklyn
he did
Nine-Nine.
he did a thing,
Music, actually.
and it was just called Mark Wahlberg Talks to Animals, and it's just him coming out,
Right.
doing a mediocre Mark Wahlberg impression, going, "Hey, duck, you're a duck. Tell your mom I said hi, duck," and then going up. Now Mark Wahlberg's gonna go talk to a dog. Hey, dog. How you doing, dog?
Did you
He's
think,
going all right. It was funny.
Did you think it was funny?
I laughed so much because it was like, yep, that's the level of Mark Wahlberg. It's
Okay,
funny.
you haven't seen Ant-Man, so we can't really talk Ant-Man yet. But I'm gonna tell everybody that's watching this that hasn't seen Ant-Man yet, including yourself, don't stay for the very end credit scene. There's one that's at the very very end after everything. It's just an ant playing drums. Who cares? It's
Which
not-
you've already seen in the preview.
right?
he
Yeah,
is clearly shown
nothing
in the
new.
previews.
So why do that? The mid credit scene, absolutely, it's
Does
great.
it make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Like in the no, the drum thing in the movie. Does it make any sense?
Yes.
Like, why
Yeah.
is there a giant ant playing drums?
Yeah, well, him playing drums is for comedic, but why there was a giant ant in the apartment? Yes.
All right. I mean, is he like legitimate? Like, he got rhythm? Could he play for a band?
Well, you know,
you think?
with the rock band, when you're playing that game,
Yeah.
it tells you what to do.
Oh,
It's
he's playing a video game.
Red, yellow, yellow, red, red, blue, blue, red,
So
blue,
they just
red,
need
blue.
somebody to take over the one part they didn't have, so they got an ant to do it.
And that's not really the reason.
That's
but
kinda
what-
funny.
That's what he's doing. Yeah.
I like it. I
Yeah.
could watch that. That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
Have you seen any Luke Cage? You haven't seen the first season of Luke
I haven't.
Cage.
I've heard great things about both seasons. So.
Season 2
And
is much better.
I've heard that it saves the Iron Fist character.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. He does a good job. He's in one episode this season, and he's not awful. I'll say that. He's not like, oh my gosh, that's an awful fight. They do some team things together.
Team thing.
They throughout the entire season they constantly drop Power Man, Heroes for Hire. They drop all these names throughout the whole season.
Okay.
They don't come out and say that's what we're doing, but that's what there's a guy in it. This is not spoilers. A friend of Luke Cage's that is in charge of selling his T-shirts and mugs and all that stuff, and they all have Power Man and Luke Cage, and they all have all kinds of stuff all over them. So he's embracing that, the branding of it. So
Gotta get paid.
yeah. So we can't talk about those.
All right.
The only other thing I have.
Ranch was great.
What?
The Ranch. You Netflix, The Ranch Show.
I saw the first episode. Didn't like it.
I loved it, man. Part 5. Woo, good stuff. If you aren't watching The Ranch, if you like really dry, sarcastic humor with a very bitter, blunt edge to it, this is the show for you. It's one of those things that'll have you laughing out loud in one scene and then feeling gut punched in like the very next scene.
Maybe I just saw all the gut punch scenes then.
The first, it's like anything. The first couple, I think, are a little rough as the actors found the character. But now that they've found it and we've accepted it, it's one of my all-time favorites.
I've just only liked one really situation comedy. I want to say in the last 10 years, I've only liked
What's that one?
Modern Family.
I haven't watched that.
Oh,
I like
great.
Big Bang Theory,
It's
but I
right.
only watch Big Bang Theory on like Blu-ray. So like I wait till the whole thing's over and then I binge watch it.
Ooh.
And I got to say that it is, I think, starting to run a little long in the tooth at this point. So the jokes are, I'm almost ready for the comic shop to get its own spin-off or something. And
I'm sure much of it,
move
a
away
lot of it
from
was more funny. How long has the show been on? 7 or 8 years, probably.
11.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of that, not fish out of water, but that
Sure.
super uber nerdiness.
Well, and the
was
thing is,
funnier 10 years ago.
and this is one of the things I really do enjoy about it is when it first started, they were the uber nerds.
Right.
When we saw like a Settlers of Catan game out set up, we're like, oh, when they were talking about their D&D game
Right.
set up. 11 years later, it is 180. All that stuff is now mainstream.
Right.
It's all accepted.
Yeah.
And so when we see that stuff now, I don't think it's nearly as like for a geek to see a poster in the back of the wall going, oh, that's the Saga poster from Image Comics, blah, blah, blah. Now it's like, oh, yeah, about time they caught up with that.
Yeah, how much money did they get put that up?
Yeah, that kind of thing. Actually, I'm under the impression they don't.
Really?
They go, a lot of that stuff is straight up from their own collections and stuff is what I'm under the impression.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure once Image saw a couple of posters up, they were like,
Sure.
here you go. But, so, interesting stuff. So in the world of role-playing games, I know you're a big fan.
I do. I really want to get back into it.
So
I do.
A new company has started in Kokomo, Indiana, called Danger Magnet.
A new
Or
company in Kokomo?
Danger Magnet LLC,
Okay.
even. And they are producing content on Facebook and at dangermagnet.com,
Okay.
where you can get free adventures.
Really?
Yep. By the time this is aired, they'll have announced their first Kickstarter starting
Wow.
July 26th.
Wow. What type
So-
of games did they play?
There are action-adventure role-playing games with a 1930s kind of a feel. So imagine an Indiana Jones kind of Uncharted role-playing game, which is like a D&D Pathfinder kind of situation. So you play usually a group of a couple of characters that come across some kind of clue or something that leads you on an adventure to find a lost city or a stolen tome or other kinds of craziness like that. So very exciting stuff. Check them out. Danger Magnet Presents on Facebook or dangermagnet.com.
Wow.
And for full disclosure,
Disclosure?
yeah, I'm part of that.
Oh.
So it's the guy behind the camera. So
What about me? Why wasn't I part of it?
Because you're not talented enough.
That's. You didn't even ask. That hurts my feelings.
We'll go to a movie later and talk about it.
You're buying popcorn.
I got a mortgage and a car to pay for. I can't afford popcorn. Are you crazy? What are you talking
I got
about?
the bucket. I got the bucket
do ya?
that takes $1 off of it or
Oh, that's
whatever.
nice.
Yeah, you got one of those.
You're the
You can-
bestest.
You use my bucket, but we're using my Stubbs card.
I'm buying it. We're using my stuff.
You just invited me. I get to say you invited me. I'm the guest, Mike. Hey, last thing, and it's not super important, but kind of cool.
Oh, let's get on to
it. The Black Widow movie's got a director, officially a director.
Really?
Yeah. It's a female director that Scarlett Johansson was really pushing for. She's recently done a movie called Lore, L-O-R-E.
About Data's brother from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
No, I think that's just L-O-R. But I'm gonna try to watch it today at some point. But I saw the trailer for it this morning when I read the announcement, and it's just it's a real slow missing kid type of thing, and it follows the mom. She's the main character, and
Okay.
they're off in the woods. But there's maybe some I don't want to say supernatural, but there's definitely some weird things going on out in the woods.
Out in those woods.
So yeah, so I'm gonna watch that. The trailer looked interesting enough for me to watch it.
I'm honestly just surprised that it actually has moved forward this far.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Kevin Feige's come out and said Marvel Phase 4 is going to be half women on the team show, on the team things, and half women on the single movies as they go along too.
We'll
Yeah.
see how that affects ticket sales.
I don't
It'll be
know.
Interesting.
I don't know. We'll see.
Very interesting times we live in. Well, with that, I'm Sean Hilton.
No, you're not.
And today, I was joined by Michael Allen Harrison. Next week, who knows? But until next week, be groovy, everybody.